Hey! Hello and welcome to Sound! I didn't just start the recording with the lens down, I promise. Yes, hello and welcome to Sound. My name is Ben and welcome to my brand new setup video. Yeah, this is the first setup video I've done a year, I think, over a year. The last time I did one was in 2013. I think it was like something like November 2013. And that was for 100 subs, so I haven't really come a long way in terms of subscribers, but in terms of quality and in terms of equipment, I've come a long way. So I thought it was time to do another sort of one of these videos. And also, I'm trying out my new camera. I got it for my birthday, and I haven't really used it before today. And I thought it would be time to sort of use it for something, you know. And a lot has changed since the last setup video, so yeah, let's get going. First things first, actually, I'd like to apologise for the state of my voice. I went away for a few days with some friends about a week ago, and yeah, after intensive drinking for a few days, my voice hasn't actually regained consciousness, and I sound a lot deeper than what I normally am. It's quite cool because I sound more manly, and it goes with my beard. However, this isn't what I normally sound like, and yeah, I'm sort of dosed up. Like, look at this. I'm dosed up to my eyeballs. I'm like Benlin. Like, I'm not even joking. I've been on that for like what seems like well, it has been a week now, and I'm completely stoned off my tits on it, pretty much. But this is sort of well, it's just gonna be one take. We're gonna see how it goes. There's gonna be cuts in between parts probably, but yeah, if it's not the most professional, I'm sorry. However, welcome to Selling. Yeah, so first things first, I'm gonna show you the camera. Look, there you are. So this camera I got for my 18th birthday. It's a Canon Legria HF-R506, I believe. And it's a really nice camera. It shoots at 1080p at 50 frames a second with a bit rate of 35 megabits per second. So it's really good quality, actually. I really like it. So I got it for my birthday, and I thought I'd try it out because I'm going to New York this summer, and going away for about, I think it's a fortnight, and I really wanted something to record sort of a little vlog sort of thing with. And I was sick of, I don't know where it is, I was sick of using my phone for vlogs, because to be honest, it's not the best. It's like, look at it, it's a HTC Windows phone with SpongeBob sticker on the back, and I mean, look at the state of the screen. Can you see that? I've like completely smashed the LEDs on one side, and the camera's starting to like sort of fade out a bit, and I really wanted to invest in something proper, you know, like this. Having getting this camera means that I can sort of vlog away from my computer now and do updates like somewhere else. And once I buy a tripod for it, I'll probably vlog other places. I might vlog in the garden in the summer or something like that. So yeah, that's the camera I'm using for this. And yeah, now let's go on to the bit which you all, let's face it, you all came for. This right here is the setup, and this is the point in which I re-record what I already have done, because if I showed you what was on the screen at the time that I recorded it, you would know what I have planned for the channel, and I don't want you to know yet. But seriously though, I've been working on a few bits and pieces for the channel, a few new designs for some things, and a few new templates for different things and different styles of videos, and I had folders with little names of things that I can't yet tell you. However, there's going to be some cool stuff coming on in the future for the channel. However, for the minute I'm not ready to show you them yet, so you're just going to have to cope with a black screen. You saw the state of it anyway, so I'm not the most organised people. However, here is the monitors that I use. It's literally, I'm just going to be showing you the monitors. Everything else, there is no need to re-record. It's just the monitors at the minute, and that I'll cut back to what I was saying about half an hour ago, and yeah, all will be fine and dandy until I release said plans. So yes, this is the original monitor which I used to run. Still do, actually. I don't know why I said used to, but it's an Acer S, some random amount of numbers. I don't know what it is exactly. However, it is it's a fantastic monitor, actually. It was the first monitor that I got with this computer, and it's 1920 by 1080, so it's a good quality. And it doesn't, however, have a HDMI socket like my new one does. So the image quality wasn't as crisp as what it is on my new monitor. However, I did originally go into PC World, where I get my PC stuff from. I did go into there looking to buy this monitor, and literally as I was walking up to it, I could see it. I could literally I could almost touch it, right? And then this guy picked up the last box. I was like, why would you do that? But yeah, that meant that there was, I asked them, there was none in the back, there was none in any other stores, so they completely sold out and they weren't willing to sell me the display one for some reason. However, they had the 24-inch for £10 extra, as this was an X-display monitor, and I don't know why they sold me this one instead of this one. However, for £10 extra, I can't complain. I got a 24-inch monitor, and it runs with a HDMI socket, and it's a beautiful monitor. It's a beautiful monitor. So yeah, that's why I use it. That's what I use these monitors for. I use them in the dual setup thing. I use the main monitor as the 24-inch one because obviously you want a bigger screen. However, when it comes to editing, if you are serious about editing or want to get properly into editing, or if you just want extra utility, seriously buy a second monitor. Right? I would never go back to having a single monitor ever again, unless I really had to. When I'm editing, I put all the jazzy editing software up on that screen and then project it onto this screen. So it makes it a lot easier to edit on, and it's just a fantastic way to edit, really. It's really easy to do because you can see what it looks like without having to render it first, so it really does save time. Another cool thing about having a second monitor for me is that I can watch YouTube in bed. Because what I do is I'm lying in bed. Look at this. It's just a sad sight, that. But I can duplicate what I'm seeing on this screen onto this screen, and I can turn the screen around, and I can watch YouTube in bed on a big, well, I say big monitor, a 21.5-inch monitor, which is better than watching on like that little crappy phone there. But yeah, it means I can watch YouTube videos in bed. So that's what I do. That's what I do in my spare time. I watch YouTube videos in bed when I'm supposed to be going to sleep. But hey, YouTube, everyone. So yeah, it's probably one of my most favourite purchases for the channel, and for myself. It helps with my schoolwork as well. So I do really like that. Now for the webcam. Now this is a Logitech C920, and this is a brilliant webcam. It's sort of become the staple for HD webcams, with a lot of YouTubers using them. I know that Spazzy uses one, CPR uses one, and PewDiePie as well. He uses one for like when he's he used to use one, I think, and then he sort of went up a class and got an SLR camera and started using that instead. But even for a webcam, I've seen on some of his videos he still has this webcam, and on one of his Omegle ones I think he used this webcam. So yeah, it's sort of become the staple. So if you really want a HD webcam, go for this one because it's the best out there. It's about 3 years old though, so it's like slowly coming down in price. So get it while it's cheap, and yeah, it's a really good webcam. It does exactly what I want it to do. It's a nice clean image, and yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, back to me in the past when I wasn't leaking important information. Let's go down to this. These are the headset. Well, this is the headset that I use. It's a Corsair Vengeance 1500, I think, and it's the older model. I've had this one since I started the channel pretty much as well. and it's done me good so far. However, soon enough I am going to be investing in a proper mic. When I say proper mic, I mean like a one of the ones where I don't have to sort of have had. Like, I'm going to pretty much just ditch this microphone and get like I think it's a Rode NT USB mic. So I'm going to have to buy a boom stand for it and stuff, and it means that I can sort of move away from my microphone when I'm recording. It essentially means I don't have to wear a headset. That's what I want to say. But yeah, this microphone, it's fantastic. You know, I've used it in every single video so far, and it's coming up to about 2 years old, I think. And the only problem with it is now that it's starting to get a bit old in terms of there's starting to get like a low hum in the background. So once I put it through Audacity, it's fine. However, it'd just be nice to have a really like a decent mic to sort of begin with and just to mess around with, I guess. So yeah, but once I do get that mic, I am still going to use this headset because the sound quality on it is pretty good. I say pretty good, it's fantastic. And yeah, right, on the desk you see League of Legends Riot Points card. It's really dusty, that's how long it's been since I purchased Riot Points. It got some 18th birthday badges. I just sort of dumped these here after my night out. I'm an adult, show me some respect. And what's this? Oh yeah, that was, my friend bought me that for my birthday. It was a fucking weird shop thing. I've got some pens because you never know when pens are useful, and I've got 5 pens there because I can't be bothered putting in my pot. So hang on, let's just. Oh, money. But yeah, this is my keyboard. It's a Steelseries Apex, and it's the full Apex version. So as you can see, I've got here I've got like different layer buttons. So like the cool thing is, check this out, right? So this is layer 1. That's layer 2, layer 3, and layer 4. So what I can do is I can press each of these buttons and it changes the colour of the keyboard. Whoa! But yeah, what it does is essentially like, this is layer 1. This is like sort of my stock layer. So what each layer does is you can program macros to each of these keys along here. So you get 10 macros along the side of your keyboard. And then you get these ones along the top here. And these ones are slightly more raised. And what it lets you do is, for each of these layers, you can program them to different things. So, like L1 is my League of Legends sort of macro layer. Then L2, I think, is my arcade one, because I found like macroing these to the hotbar keys was easier than like doing Control and 2 and stuff like that. And 3 and 4, I don't think I use them yet. However, when I first like sort of fancied getting a keyboard, I fancied one with macros on because I'd never had that before. And sorry, yeah. So I was looking for a keyboard that was membrane, because I think if you want to sort of be sort of serious about YouTube, you've got to be considerate to your viewers. And I know that NerdCube does this where he uses a mechanical keyboard so you can hear all those clacks and stuff. However, I don't like that as much. You know, I'm not completely offended by it, but it just means that, you know, when I'm recording, all you hear from my voice is all you hear from my voiceover is pretty much my voice. You might hear the odd mouse click and the odd keyboard click. However, it's a lot less quieter, and like if you listen to it, it's still like a solid keyboard, and it's still really nice, but it just doesn't make a noise. And I also, like I said, wanted the macros. I anticipated that I'd be using macros a lot more. However, I don't really use them as much as I thought I would. I pretty much just use these 4 along the top for League of Legends, really, because I just use them to level up and stuff. So it's easier for me to do. So yeah, and look at that. It's even got like diagonal keys here and there. It's got some media keys along here, so if I'm like playing music I can pause it and all that sort of jazz. And if you look at that, if it focuses in, you can see it shifts colour. The camera's not doing very well sort of like focusing in on it, but it changes colour, so it's really nice. So mouse, this is the mouse I'm using. It's a Logitech MX Performance mouse, and one of my friends, Jack, uses this mouse, I think, and I really liked it because, like, if you look at it, it's got like a little thumb rest there, so like I can just like sort of cut my hand over it, and it's really nice. It's also got like a little button in there, so I've programmed that to be my number 2 key, so when I'm playing League of Legends, instead of having to like fumble over the keys on like the number keys, I can just literally just like press that with my thumb, and then like I'll activate a potion or a Sonya's or something like that. You know, it comes in useful and it's really easy to access. And then it's got like 3 buttons here as well, which are all programmable. It says zoom on there. I don't know if you can see that. It's like there's a zoom button there. Oh yeah, you can see it there. But yeah, I don't really use it for that. I've programmed them all for different things. But another quite cool thing is, look at this. You can sort of set off the thing moving, and then you press this button and it stops, and it goes back to like a standard sort of scrolling thing. So that's nice. And it's not a proper gaming mouse, however it's still really comfortable, and it's got a good DPI, and it's got a nice weight to it as well, so I quite like that. I also bought a mouse mat for the first time with this mouse, because if you look at the state of my keyboard here, well, my desk, that was from my old mouse from constant use over, I think it was, well, that was up to 2 years as well. So I invested in a mouse mat, which is actually too big for my desk. I need to buy a new desk, but it's just a Corsair gaming one. It's a nice one. It's like sort of a cloth, and I like it because it's not too sort of scratchy like some mouse mats are. So yeah, not much has changed in terms of my actual PC. This is pretty much exactly the same since the last one, only that I've upgraded my graphics card to a GTX 660. I did that ages ago though, and I also got a new power supply for that as well. It was Corsair, I think it was a 750 watt or a 650 watt, I don't know. But yeah, I've still got my i5 processor. I think it's like a 2320, so it's like the very bottom of it. But I am in the process of hoping that I win the lottery, so I can buy this bundle I found on Chill Blast, where I think I get like an i7 for 970k or 4770k. Whatever it is, it can overclock up to 4.6 gigs, and I'd get that along with some cooling unit and 16 gigs of RAM, and that'll help me edit my videos a lot quicker, because at the minute, with me like uploading in 1080p and 60 frames per second, it takes me it took me about 6-7 hours to edit, well, sorry, to render a hour-long video. So it does take a while for me to record my videos, however, well, sorry, render my videos, however, it's worth it. And I just sort of bring around to me again. I do sort of just set it off when I go off to college, because I'd much rather, you know, have like sort of higher quality videos and not be able to use my computer as much than, you know, just go for the easy option, just upload in 720p at 30 frames a second, like some YouTubers do, who just sort of blast out all videos all day every day, you know, like namely PewDiePie. I've got nothing against him, he does do like funny videos, and he does deserve to be where he is, if you ask me. However, you know, he is still recording in 720p, and the fact that I'm, with my 341 subs I think I've got now, the fact that I'm recording in a higher quality, well, uploading in a higher quality than he is at this slow stage, sort of shows how, you know, he's sort of going for the easy option in terms of rendering his videos. But, you know, it's fine. Everyone has their own different sort of personal, I don't know what to say, like the beliefs in how to upload the videos. But anyway, now for the main part of the like whole setup tour. If you've followed this channel for about a month from when this video goes up, you will know that I lost a dear friend a few weeks ago, and yeah, it was a sad video, and I got a lot of love for it on Twitter, at Cellngaming, in case you didn't know, where you realise. But yeah, I got a lot of love on Twitter and on YouTube. But my chair broke. My chair of 2 years broke, and yeah, it'd been with me for quite a while, and yeah, I ended up adopting its brother. Ta-da! Look at this. It's a Hartman Outdoors Prestige. Oh, look at that. But yeah, it's the exact same one, but just a different chair. I do, however, right, tucked under my bed. Let me just. Where is it? Oh, it's the arm of the previous chair. Yeah, this snapped off completely when I forgot that I broke the back. I literally just crashed down, and like that part there nearly impaled me, but that completely snapped off. So I've decided to keep this as a memento. And if you look there, that's still got my elbow grease on, like or dead skin from my elbow, because this has been used for hours and hours and hours. Probably like most of my life on YouTube. Well, actually, no, all of my life on YouTube, because I did have a spinny chair. However, I broke that as well. So I just thought I'll use a garden chair. You know, it's rooted to the ground. I can't break this one, and it didn't. For 2 years, it survived. But if you watch some of my videos, when I either die or just get annoyed, I always swing back on my chair, and I know that primary school teachers always say, "Oh, you'll regret that," and I did. I regretted it instantly when I snapped my chair. But yeah, that's bringing it to a close. Future plans: I am about to buy a green screen for my videos. So yeah, that is going to be happening, and you're not going to be able to see this anymore. This is my wardrobe that I've been using for a backdrop in all my videos, and product placement. Oh, what's that? Is it Cellngaming merch? Oh, isn't it nice? Oh yeah, finest American apparel material. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that American apparel. $24.99 on the Cellngaming Spreadshirt store. I believe it's spreadshirt.cellngaming.something. I'll put the proper link on the screen now. But I should also mention that hangers are not included. I'm sorry about that. I would provide hangers, however, you don't get them in the price. I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, green screen is going to be ordered tonight, hopefully. I got money together to buy one. And yeah, that should add an extra little bonus feature to my videos. Part of me really wants to do a video in which I'm just sort of floating my arms around like that. Obviously not as close. I didn't anticipate the frame being so small on my camera. However, imagine this spread out a bit more, so there you go, I can still see my arm there. But yeah, that is going to be happening soon, as soon as Amazon decide to deliver it. And yeah, that is it for this setup video. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll do another one once another milestone comes up in terms of hardware and equipment. To be honest, I think I'm sort of finished. I'm sort of getting to the end game of doing it on my computer. Like, I think the next sort of big thing that I would do as a setup video is if I completely ditch everything and just completely redo everything, you know, buy a new PC, buy new monitors. However, this will probably be the last setup video for a little while, because I'm happy with my setup at the minute. You know, obviously I'm going to be buying a few extra things in the future. However, at the minute, it's good. I'm loving the setup. Things could be fine-tuned a little easier, such as rendering times. I could also do with new internet, but hey, that's a whole other story. But yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed it. Again, I'm sorry for my voice. I'm probably going to be mute for the next several hours because my throat is really hurting right now. I'll probably just pop another dose of Benylin and I'll leave you there. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. And if you did enjoy it, please do leave a like and a comment saying your setup is shit and everything about it is lousy. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you later. Goodbye!